So, the date is July 5th. I got my hands on a copy of Neptunia Riders vs. Dogoos from PlayAsia, and I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, because to me the trailers didn't really sell me on what the actual gameplay is, but when I played it, I actually had a lot of fun with it. So much so that I beat it in a single sitting. It only took me 3 hours. Not that impressive. But don't let that short playtime deter you, because I can assure you, despite it being a funky little game, it's still pretty fun. Then the next day, July 6th, I went to the IFFY Summer Festival 2024, which was actually a lot of fun. I did not expect to have a lot of fun there. It was kind of cool. But one of their big announcements was the localization of this game. So I guess now you can consider this a full watch this before you buy, because I'm going to tell you my full experience with the newest Neptunia game. Like I said, I got this Japanese copy from PlayAsia because when the pre-orders went up, it was only $20. And I was shocked because I was expecting the normal $50 price tag that comes with these games. But after playing it, I can understand why it's $20, and I'm hoping the English release is also $20 because it's a short game. Oh, it's not. It's gonna be $40. I know. Okay, sure. You know, I don't even blame them. It's the fucking economy. The game only consists of 5 worlds, each with 3 levels that can be beaten in less than 2 minutes. So when I say the game is short, I mean it. I mean this game is really fucking short. But I know what you're wondering. What is the actual gameplay? You can play as any of the main 4 goddesses, Uzume being the main protagonist, and then Big Neppy is just... she's just kind of here. She's just vibing, and I love that for her. You ride around on customizable motorcycles collecting a set number of Dogoos. Usually the game asks you to collect 100, but there's like 1 or 2 levels that requires you to collect more than that. The first team to get the desired amount of Dogoos wins. It's pretty simple, but the mechanics is what makes the game interesting. I did mention that the bikes are customizable. Each bike part changes the stats of your bike. Pretty simple, it's just like how it is in Game Maker. But that's not what makes this interesting. The Dogoos that you collect throughout the levels can affect the gameplay in many different ways. There are Dogoos that can make you fly, there's Dogoos that can shrink and enlarge you, there's Dogoos that can affect your vision, change the background music, among many other things, including affect your attack options, which yeah, that's a thing too. You can attack the opposing team and steal their Dogoos, but they can do the same to you, so you have to drive carefully around them. You can jump, drift, boost, close range attack, chargeable long range attack. Each character have different kinds of attacks, and there's a Pokédex level of Dogoos to find. There's surprisingly a lot going on in this little game. Some of the level designs are kind of interesting and introduce different challenges for you to look out for. Like I said earlier, there are Dogoos that shrink and enlarge you. You can use these Dogoos to your advantage by gaining access to areas only while shrunken or enlarged. There's a level that's kind of like a Mario Party minigame. You see a colored Dogoo on the screen, stay on that Dogoo and you won't fall off, and you're rewarded with a ton of Dogoos to grab. There's a level that has you going up tornadoes and jumping from pillar to pillar. There's even a gambling level. We love to see it. And that isn't even mentioning the fact that the game does have some replayability to it. After you finish a level once, you can revisit it and tackle 2 new challenges to award you new cosmetics and bike parts. These additional challenges are just beat the level by yourself and beat it within a certain time, but it's still replay value, can't argue with that. But probably the most disappointing part of this whole thing is that it's only 1 player. They have a foundation of a game that can be fun with friends, but it just isn't able to do that. I'm hoping that if we ever see a sequel to this in the future, that it does have online multiplayer, because honestly, it can be a lot of fun with friends. I would say that is the only disappointing thing about this whole thing, but honestly, after everything I just said, that is just the whole game. After you've done all the challenges, all that's left for you to do is collect the remaining Dogoos you haven't found yet. And I'm not sure if there's a thing that tells you where you're missing Dogoos. And after replaying some levels, I did see that, yeah, it's actually kind of easy to miss a few Dogoos. There's actually 5 very hidden Dogoos in the 3rd level of each world. They have a rare chance of spawning, so keep a lookout for those. Those are the reasons why it took me a while to get all the trophies. Which, yeah, I did get all the trophies. I did it within like 6 hours. Like I said, the game is super short. But despite all of that, the game is fun. It feels nice to play. That's all I can really say about it, because it's just a short, fun experience. Kind of like how Top Nep or Neptunia Shooter are simple yet fun games. This is in that same boat. Sure, it's lacking in a few areas, but if this game is meant to be an experimental type game to test the waters of what's to come in the future, or it's simply just hold us off until the next big game, I can forgive it for that. You know, maybe if the English version wasn't $40, if that really does bother you that the game is $40, you can still get it for $20 on PlayAsia. You can just do that. All right, you have options. With that being said, I will be making a follow-up video when the English release drops, so subscribe if you want to see that, and I'll see you then.